You got the glasses? I don't have the
Yeah,
glasses.
because I was up later than the last night. All right. Hey, we're Wintergloves, and you're watching MV Remix.
All right, perfect. So, I don't remember you telling me or not, but is this your first time in Vancouver itself?
I don't think so. It's fifth
Fourth?
time?
Fourth or fifth?
Yeah, yeah,
Brilliant.
it's true.
We did a lot of showcases before. I think the first time we came here was
It was transmission. Yeah.
No,
Oh no, it was
the
with
party
your
with
party.
Sedai.
Okay,
Yeah.
that would be right. And then,
Yeah. Student City Club. And then transmission. And
And then the Biltmore.
yeah.
So it's the fourth time.
Cool.
Yeah, it was our second time at the building.
Have you noticed much of a difference coming here any different times, or just pretty much you've been passing through?
I don't know. I think it's building. You know, honestly, we've been playing kind of in the same area of town. I think there's kind of a scene, you know, and people are definitely. I think there's people at the shows that have been there before, and so I think
It's totally building. Like if you compare to the first show we were here, and now like it's really better now. Like
Mhm.
they know the songs now, and there's several people in the show.
Yeah. I've sort of noticed that with your type of music, people often confuse it solely with like an electronic sound, but you actually perform your own instruments and stuff
Mhm.
on stage.
Yeah.
Did you have sort of formal chord progression teaching and things like that, or did you just experiment to learn how to use the instruments?
I think like I know Vincent and Jean-Michel and I went to school, but I dropped out. I think you went to school too.
Yeah,
but
dropped
you,
out.
Yeah, but like we all like had like studies in music, but we were like stubborn. Like we wanted to do our own thing for sure. Like I speak for myself. I was a jazz drummer first, and then I wanted to write songs and I wanted to do my own thing. So I just I left.
Cool.
Yeah, the same for me too. I was at school studying music, and I came from a small town in the country, moved to Montreal to pursue music. It was a dream that I had of being able to tour and travel via playing drums, and very quickly I had met musicians that were in a touring band, and so I was just like didn't really want to be doing humanities and gym classes anymore. I followed with my music classes, so I left and just started touring, and things just snowballed by being out there playing. You meet people, and so yeah.
It's too bad that you didn't take your gym classes, because like, when you would play frisbee and football on the beach, you're
Yeah,
I know.
you're so.
It's because I was taking fitness walking. Actually.
Oh, fitness walking.
nice.
Yeah. So that's
cool.
why
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not so good at catching things.
Oh, okay.
But I can walk. I can really walk.
Now, yesterday when I was speaking with you, Patrick, you were saying you're all about your live show. So who are the types of artists that have inspired your show? Because you've got a really, really energetic set.
Yeah, we all come from different backgrounds for sure. I was deeply affected by growing up. My first bands that really marked me were like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, and these bands that like it was all about the live show. Like you know what I mean? Like the record is one thing, but when you see the show live, it's times 10. You know. I think we all have the same philosophy that the record should be something and the show should be something else, because otherwise you can just put the CD on, have some paper, cardboard cutouts of the band, and you know what I mean? What's the point, So we do live versions, we extend songs, and we also use, I think, the live show oftentimes to try out new stuff, which is always fun, because you can get the reaction from the crowd and know, okay, this is working or not. So.
Yeah, we're on the road a lot these days, so what happens is like we don't have really the time to rehearse, so we do it like on stage, like, basically. So we have like an idea, we just rehearse it a couple of times in the sound check, and then we would play it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's better.
Sometimes it's train wreck. But it keeps it fresh and exciting,
Yeah.
So yeah, we just hope for the people at the show. It's not one of our off, moments.
Yeah. Sort of speaking of new material and experimenting with that, I remember reading some interviews with you, Charles, about how you were talking about for your next album, you wanted to concentrate on someone else mixing it. How do you feel about having something like that happen in terms of, do you feel it better when someone else comes in to do it, or do you prefer handling it yourself, or what's your take on
I mean, for the second album, it's just a little special. The first album was really just a start, getting to know people, building our team, and like meeting producers, meeting our team, like manager, label, and whatever. But now the second album is really different. We just got our own studio. We're building the acoustic together.
Nice.
We're working on the machines. We're trying microphones and stuff like that. I'm gonna produce the second album, and I'm really excited to have hands-on everything, and like to write the songs, and then to like look with Pat for the drum sounds, and then go with like each of the guys to really to get what we want as a band. The first album, the parts and the songs were already written, and the second one, like it's different because like I have like maybe like a basic idea of the song, and then we're playing it like we already started to work, Pat and I together, just like to try like 50 different drum beats on the same song, just to see what can happen. So
For sounds too, like
Yeah.
we like tried taking drum heads off and taping things up or putting it in a big room and just like luckily this time we have a little more time to, and well, the luxury of having your own studio too is that you can just take the time to experiment and you don't feel the tick of the clock and that pressure to deliver in a given week or whatever. Like the last record we went in, recorded it in a week.
In 10 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
So we still have given ourselves a deadline, which is it's kind of a real tight one again. But at least we can work on our own schedule, and I think that gives us a lot more freedom. And we'll be more happy.
Plus, it's gonna be in Montreal too. Like the last one we did in Toronto.
Okay.
This one's gonna be in Montreal, so we can work like night and day on it, which is kind of good. And yeah, this is gonna.
It's gonna
be yeah, because we're gonna mix it together too. So it's like we're gonna record it, mix it together. We're gonna go somewhere else for the mastering and stuff, but since it's gonna be like hard work, but really exciting.
Brilliant. And